It's time for Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on Wausau Area Sports. Warrior Baseball is brought to you by the Clover Belt Credit Union. Since 1936, local lenders lending local money, keeping our community strong. Also brought to you by Rocket Industrial, the Wausau West Warrior Diamond Club, the Wausau West Athletic Department, the Weld Riley Law Firm, and attorney Matt Meyer. It's time now for Warrior Baseball on your home for Wausau West Sports. Wausau Area Sports. And good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on Wausau Area Sports. This afternoon, it is a Wisconsin Valley Conference matchup as the Wausau West Warriors take on the DC Everest Evergreens. From Wausau West High School, I'm Chad Holmes. Well, it is a chilly afternoon. Yeah, the temperatures are down, the wind is blowing, it is overcast, but it is dry. In fact, it is 46 degrees right now here at Wausau West, but that wind chill makes it feel like 30. So that will make for, I think, a very interesting game where the mental aspect will be just as important as the physical aspect between the Warriors and the Evergreens. DC Everest, they come in playing some good baseball. They have won 5 games in a row. They're 5-2 overall. DC Everest is 3-1 in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. In fact, they put themselves right in the mix when it comes to the WVC title race with a big 6-3 win in their last conference game at Stevens Point last Thursday. DC Everest was in action yesterday, winning a non-conference game over Merrill over at Simon Field by a score of 13-3. The Warriors, meantime, they got a much-needed W on Friday. The Warriors went to Wittenberg-Burnhamwood, took on the then number 7 ranked team in the state in Division III, Wittenberg-Burnhamwood. And a day after falling in a conference game 17-0, the Warriors were able to bounce back and play perhaps their most overall well-rounded game of the season, defeating Wittenberg-Burnhamwood by a score of 11-1. So, it's going to be a busy week between these teams. You got the game here today. Then on Thursday, we will wrap up the suspended game. You recall, just a couple of weeks back, the day of the big tornadoes throughout central Wisconsin, the Warriors came from a 5-0 deficit, tied up the game at 5, forced extra innings. In the top of the 8th inning, Wausau West had the bases loaded and 2 outs when the lightning came and then the big storms came and the game was suspended. So Thursday, we will complete the suspended game at 5 p.m. That is a change. The game was originally scheduled, the suspended game, to start at 4, but it's been pushed back. Found that out earlier today. So on Thursday, we'll be on the air at 4:45 for the pregame. The suspended game will begin at 5, and then after that, we'll have the regularly scheduled game between Wausau West and DC Everest over on the Evergreens home field. See the coaches meeting with the home plate umpire and the base umpire, so we're just a few minutes away from action. Coming up, we will take a look at the starting lineups for today's game. It is Wausau West hosting DC Everest, Wisconsin Valley Conference Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
Too early to start thinking boats. Once the season starts, you want to be ready. So, what's your boat? A boat for fishing? Boat for skiing? A pontoon boat for partying? Or are you thinking personal watercraft? Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union, the leader in financing fun. Great rates, great service, great fun. Local lenders lending local money. Quick and easy loan approval. It's the way financing should be. Stop in and visit with a CCU lender even before you hit the marina. CCU can set you up with a great rate financing approval, so when you find your boat, you're ready to float. The season's just too short not to enjoy every moment you can on the water. Check it out and stop in. Call or apply online at ccuwausau.com. Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union. We finance fun.
Thanks to the Wausau West Baseball Diamond Club for their support of our broadcast of Warrior Baseball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Community support through the Diamond Club is crucial for our student athletes. All race funds directly benefit the program. The Diamond Club offers several advertising opportunities for local businesses and organizations to gain visibility while contributing to high school sports. For more information, go to wausauwestbaseball.com and click on Diamond Club. Thanks again to the Wausau West Diamond Club for helping bring Wausau West Warrior Baseball to you on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel.
Third base.
And Chad Holmes again here from Wausau West High School as we are getting set for this Valley matchup between the Warriors and the DC Everest Evergreens. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for today's game. First of all, for the visiting DC Everest Evergreens, leading things off is right fielder Ty Rohde. Cooper Ritchie is the left fielder, batting second. Cole Van Slyke will bat third. He is the catcher. Ryan Schultz is the cleanup hitter, playing second base. Aiden Haupt is at third base, batting fifth. First baseman Brody Hall will bat sixth. Carter Miller, the designated hitter, hitting seventh. Maddox Wyro is the shortstop. He is hitting eighth. Hayden Krasinski is the center fielder, batting ninth. Cade Felch is the starting pitcher today for DC Everest, and he is not in the batting order. Again, for DC Everest, Ty Rohde, Cooper Ritchie, Cole Van Slyke, Ryan Schultz, Aiden Haupt, Brody Hall, Carter Miller, Maddox Wyro, and Hayden Krasinski. Head coach of the DC Everest Evergreens is Dave Langben. For the Wausau West Warriors, leading things off and playing left field is Cam Blasky. Batting second is the center fielder, Miles Waldvogel. Ty Teske, the pitcher, bats third. Marshall Helke is the right fielder. He is batting fourth. Rowan Robbins, the catcher, will bat fifth. Carson Thurs, he is at shortstop, batting sixth. Keegan Cruzan is the first baseman, batting seventh. Will Stengel, the second baseman, bats eighth, and Joe Gravine is the third baseman, hitting ninth. Good news to have Joe Gravine back after he got injured in Wisconsin Rapids last Tuesday. Thought maybe he'd be out a little bit longer, but he is back after a week away. So again for the Warriors, Cam Blasky, Miles Waldvogel, Ty Teske, Marshall Helke, Rowan Robbins, Carson Thurs, Keegan Cruzan, Will Stengel, and Joe Gravine. Right now, we will listen in to the playing of our national anthem. And that was our national anthem here today from Wausau West High School. We're going to take one final quick break and then come back with the first pitch of today's game. Wausau West hosting DC Everest on Wausau Area Sports. Riley Law Firm of Wausau and attorney Matt Meyer is a supporter of high school sports coverage on Wausau Area Sports. Matt and the attorneys at Weld Riley have a wide range of practical knowledge and litigation experience, enabling their firm to offer an unparalleled breadth of services and depth of talent in Wisconsin. Matt can help you in finding a legal solution in civil litigation, family law, personal injury, and more. Contact Matt Meyer at Weld Riley Law Firm in Wausau. Thanks to Weld Riley and Matt Meyer for their support of high school sports coverage on Wausau Area Sports. Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage of Wausau West High School sports on Wausau Area Sports. Thanks for watching on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel, but we'd like to see you out and about supporting Wausau West student athletes in action. To see a listing of upcoming events at Wausau West High School, go to WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. That's WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. Thanks to the Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage on Wausau Area Sports. And welcome back to Wausau West High School and our coverage of Wausau West Warrior High School baseball on Wausau Area Sports. Again, today here at West, Thursday, we'll be over at Simon Field as the Warriors will take on the DC Everest Evergreens, again in the conclusion of the suspended game and also in the regularly scheduled game as well. On the hill today for Wausau West is Ty Teskey. It's been a bit of a slow start for the Wausau West lefty, but he has pitched better in the last two games against Wausau East here and then in Wisconsin Rapids last Tuesday. But still looking for that first win of the season. Teskey has a record of no wins and 4 losses, 14 innings pitched, 19 hits, 22 runs, 17 of which have been earned, 17 walks, 10 strikeouts, and an 8.50 earned run average. He just gave up 3 runs in a complete game effort last Tuesday in the first game of that doubleheader against Wisconsin Rapids, a 3-1 loss in that game last week in Rapids. Lefty on lefty stepping in. First pitch to Ty Rohde is in there for strike 1 called. We'll give you the Wausau West defense here in just a moment. Again, very chilly day, but glad you could be with us here on Wausau Area Sports. Here's the rock, the kick, and the 0-1 pitch. There's another good fastball from Teskey in there for strike 2 called. Ty Teskey, Cooper Ritchie, and Cole Van Slyke due up here in the first for DC Everest. Again, the rock, the kick, and the pitch. Drops into the artificial dirt for ball 1. Outfield for Wausau West, Cam Blasky in left field. Miles Walvogel starts in center. Marshall Helke in right. We'll give you the Warrior infield defense in just a moment. Again, the rock, the kick, and the 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 called right on the outside corner. A moment in the left-handed box for Ty Rohde. Now he'll turn and head towards the first base dugout. First out of the game. Up next for Everest is their left fielder, Cooper Ritchie. Warriors all white today. White jerseys, white pants, dark blue numerals outlined in gold. Everest in the black jerseys, white pants, green and outlined in gold. Breaks in there over the outer portion of the plate for strike 1 call. Joel Gravine at third base. Carson Thurs is the shortstop. Will Stengel at second. Keegan Cruzan at first. And Rowan Robbins is the catcher. There's a ball right off the end of the bat of Cooper Ritchie. Fouled off. And the count quickly 0-2. So Ty Teskey, despite the tough conditions, coming out and throwing strikes here early. Takes a long look in. Here's the rock, the kick, and the fire. Up and away for ball 1. Warriors 1-5 in the WVC. They need to get the work, but there's still time. There's still 9 games remaining in the Wisconsin Valley Conference portion of the schedule. 1-2 pitch. Up and out of the zone on a fastball that evens things up at 2-2. Wind is going to help here today, the hitters. It's blowing out towards right field currently, but still not easy in cold weather to get a lot of flight on it. Swing and a miss, back-to-back strikeouts for Ty Teskey. And 2 up and 2 down in the Evergreen first.
Brings up the catcher, number 19, Cole Van Slyke.
Cole Van Slyke, he'll come to the plate next. He's had some big games recently for DCE. He had a big game against Stevens Point on the road on Thursday, that 6-3 Evergreen win. Pitch is a little bit up and out of the zone for ball 1. Multi-sport standout for DC Everest. Actually, temperatures today were more like what he would be used to on the ice during the winter Teskey, 1-0. Right in there on the inner portion of the plate for strike one called. Should Cole Van Slyke reach base, in the on-deck circle, hoping to hit in the first for Everest is Ryan Schultz. Teskey out of the wind. Misses up high on a fastball, and that's ball 2. Also in the Wisconsin Valley Conference today, Marshfield is at Wisconsin Rapids, and Wausau East is playing today in Stevens Point. We'll try to get you some updated scores on those as we continue throughout the afternoon. Pitch is in there, right at the top of the zone for a called strike 2. Little shake of the head from Cole Van Slyke as he steps out. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Looking for a 1-2-3 top of the first inning is Ty Teskey. The lefty has the sign. Robbins will set the target. 2-2. Strike 3 called, and a perfect first inning for Ty Teskey. 3 up and 3 down, all on strikeouts. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base for DC Everest in the top of the first. And a 1/2 inning. It is DC Everest nothing. Wausau West coming to the plate. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
Rocket Industrial's mission to package with less is a commitment to making a future that's better for the next generation. Their recommendations help manufacturers across the nation package with less material, less waste, less time, and with less cost. Their engineers and experts provide data-backed solutions that positively impact your bottom line. When you work with Rocket Industrial, you're working with a partner committed to making a difference. Rocket Industrial, package with less. Learn more at rocketindustrial.com.
Thanks to the Wausau West Baseball Diamond Club for their support of our broadcast of Warrior Baseball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Community support through the Diamond Club is crucial for our student athletes. All race funds directly benefit the program. The Diamond Club offers several advertising opportunities for local businesses and organizations to gain visibility while contributing to high school sports. For more information, go to WausauWestBaseball.com and click on Diamond Club. Thanks again to the Wausau West Diamond Club for helping bring Wausau West Warrior Baseball to you on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. And back here at Wausau West as the Warriors will come to the plate in the bottom half of the first inning of this scoreless game. It'll be Cam Blasky, Miles Walvogel, and Ty Teskey due up for Wausau West against Evergreen starting pitcher Cade Felch. We'll give you the full DC Everest defense in just a moment, but first it will be Cam Blasky stepping in for the Warriors. Cam Blasky, 5 hits in 26 at-bats this season, 192 batting average with 4 runs batted in. First pitch is low and outside from Felch for ball 1. Looking down towards John Albee in the third base coach's box, and now Blasky will step back in. Felch working out of the stretch in all circumstances, kicks, deals. Catches the bottom of the strike zone for a called strike 1. I don't know whether or not it will transfer to the baseball diamond, but over the last couple of years, Felch had some very big nights over at the field house across the way as a member of the DC Everest boys basketball team. Breaking ball and a good one. Waving at it as it broke to the outer portion was Cam Blasky, and the count goes to 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Right-handed thrower, right-handed batter. Felch with the pitch. Another breaking ball and getting the outside corner for strike 3 called. Well, we've had 4 batters come to the plate in this game, and we've seen 4 strikeouts. 3 issued from Ty Teske in the top of the first, and now Cade Felch says, well, we're going to try to do it in the bottom of the inning. 1 up and 1 down for the Warriors. And now the Wausau West junior center fielder, Miles Wallvogel, comes to the plate. There's a ground ball up the middle to his left, and not able to get there was Wyro, and it goes into center field for a base hit. So the first base hit and the first base runner of the game is Miles Wallvogel for the Warriors.
Brings up the pitcher, number 12, Ty Teske.
Ty Teske will step in next for the Warriors. Ty, 6 of 29 batting, 207 average, 2 runs batted in. But his on-base percentage much better than that. He's been walked quite a bit recently. Breaking ball and another good one here from Cade Felch. Boy, I am impressed so far with the way these pitchers are throwing it. Again, it's not an easy day to pitch. It's not an easy day to hit. It's not an easy day to broadcast, to be honest with you, but no balls and 1 strike. Runner leads off first. Here's the pitch. Drops into the dirt, getting away, and heading to second is Waldvogel without a throw. Mentioned earlier, 46 degrees, still the temperature here at Wausau West with a wind chill factor of 30. Yep, under the freezing mark is the wind chill here today. And feel for the young ladies of the Wausau West and DC Everest softball teams that are going to be playing under the lights tonight at 7 o'clock over at DCE. Going to be a chilly one over there. Fastball drops just a shade low, taken for a ball. Cooper Ritchie in left field for the Evergreens. Hayden Grzinski in center. Ty Rohde in right. We'll have the infield D in just a moment. Runner off of second, Miles Wallvogel. Cade Felch sets at the belt. Takes a peek back at the runner. Now kicks, deals. Ground ball up the middle, but right to Wyro. He'll pick, he'll fire across in time, and that is out number 1. Advancing to third on the play.
Batting to right fielder, number 24, Marshall Help.
Was Miles Wallvogel. So with 2 outs, RBI opportunity for Marshall Helke. What a game he had on Friday at Winterberg-Burnhamwood. He was number 1, the winning pitcher, going 5 innings, allowing 1 run on 5 hits. Pitch is right down the chute for strike 1 called, but at the plate as well, he was 3 out of 3 with 3 doubles. He was a major factor in that 11-1 win for Wausau West. Cade Felch fires. Ground ball again towards Wyro. He'll charge. He'll pick. He'll fire across. Angel gets away, and a run will score. An error on the play. Coming in to score is Waldvogel, and the Warriors on the board first, and they take a 1-0 lead. So an E6 on the play. Unearned run, but it counts nevertheless. And now Rowan Robbins will step in next for the Warriors. Rowan Robbins, 6 hits and 35 at-bats this season, 171 average with 2 RBI. Fastball is down low for ball 1.
Brings up Rowan Robbins.
One nothing Wausau West, bottom half of the first inning. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on a low fastball. Evens it up at 1-1. Wind has shifted just a little bit. Now it's kind of blowing in slightly towards from left field. 1-1. There's a little roller, foul ball, third base side. Taken with the bare hand on the second hop by John Albee. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, just underway. If you're in the neighborhood, bring a winter coat. Bring a blanket because you're going to need it. And the pitch. Inside, and it hit him. Evergreen dugout is yelling that Robbins did not attempt to get out of the way. Yeah, the umpire's going to bring him back. Yeah, that we do not see this very often, but going to say that Rowan Robbins, the umpire said, tried to get hit, did not bail out on that inside pitch. So no hit batsman, and he'll have to step back in. And John Albee is going to have a word with the home plate umpire as well, walking down the third base line. Get a explanation on that one. That conversation is a short one, and Rowan Robbins will get set to get back into the right-handed batter's box. Runner on first, 2 outs, 1 run in for Wausau West. Working out of the stretch, Cade Felch. Kicks, fires into the artificial dirt, and a nice job by Cole Van Slyke. He was able to block that one, keep it in front of him, and keep the runner, Marshall Helke, at first. Aiden Hopt at third base, Maddox Wyro at short, Ryan Scholes the second baseman, Brody Hall is the first baseman, Cole Van Slyke the catcher for Cade Felch. Pitch is up and in, and that is apparently ball 4. I have to admit, I lost track of that one. The scoreboard was a pitch behind. But now the Warriors have runners on first and second with 2 outs. And shortstop Carson Thurs will come to the plate. Courtesy runner coming in for Wausau West, as coming out of the dugout is Alex Capitz. He'll do the running for Rowan Robbins.
Catcher number 7, Alex Capitz.
1-0 Warriors, bottom of the first inning. An opportunity for West this week to try to turn around their Wisconsin Valley Conference schedule. Again, 3 chances for W's against DC Everest. 2 complete games and the completion of the suspended game on Thursday as well. There's a good fastball from Cade Felch in there for strike 1 called. Off of second base, Marshall Helke. Alex Capitz takes a lead off of first. Van Slyke puts down the finger, sets the target. Felch with the pitch. And there's a fly ball right field side. Going back is Ty Rohde. He is under it, and he'll make the grab for out number 3. So the Warriors do get on the board, helped by an unearned run for Wausau West in the first. 1 run on 1 base hit. There was an evergreen error and 1 runner left, actually 2 runners left on base. End of 1. It is Wausau West 1, DC Everest nothing. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
Too early to start thinking boats. Once the season starts, you want to be ready. So, what's your boat? A boat for fishing? Boat for skiing? A pontoon boat for partying? Or are you thinking personal watercraft? Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union, the leader in financing fun. Great rates, great service, great fun. Local lenders lending local money. Quick and easy loan approval. It's the way financing should be. Stop in and visit with a CCU lender even before you hit the marina. CCU can set you up with a great rate financing approval, so when you find your boat, you're ready to float. The season's just too short not to enjoy every moment you can on the water. Check it out and stop in. Call or apply online at ccuwausau.com. Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union. We finance fun.
Top half of the second inning, DC Everest coming to the plate, trailing Wausau West 1-0. It will be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for Everest. Ryan Schultz, Aiden Hopt, and Brody Hall. First pitch from Ty Teske is down low for ball 1. Well, Teske had himself a flawless first inning. 3 batters and 3 strikeouts. The lefty kicks and deals. Low and inside, gets away from Rowan Robbins, and the count goes to 2-0. Again, staring in at his catcher Robbins is Ty Teske, the lefty, to the plate. Right at the bottom of the strike zone. Called at the knees for strike 1 called. 2 balls and a strike. I would think on a day like today, the pitcher is going to want to work very quickly. And there's a swing and a pop-up behind home plate and out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. There are a couple of little patches of blue in the sky between a lot of the cloud cover. Lights are on here at West. 2-2 pitch. There's a ground ball towards shortstop. Carson thirds. He'll fire across right on target. 6-3 on the putout for out number 1. One up and one down for the Evergreens, and they'll bring up the third baseman, Aiden Haupt.
Brings up third baseman number 22, Ian Hope.
DC Everest enters play today with a 5-game win streak. They lost their first 2 games of the season, both by 1 run. The conference game was a tough pill to swallow for Everest. There's a pop-up, first base side out of play. But in the first conference game for Everest, they had a 6-3 lead going into the bottom of the 7th inning in Marshfield. But the Tigers came back, scored 4 times, and pulled out a 7-6 win. But since then, Everest has won those 5 games straight. 0-1 is outside. Evens it up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Nobody is undefeated right now in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. Everybody has at least 1 loss. 3 teams with 1 loss, including DC Everest. Fastball right down the chute, in there for strike 2 called. There's a ground ball. Shortstop again. With it is Thurs. Thurs again fires across in time. Again, 6-3 on the putout. And 2 up and 2 down now for DC Everest in the top of the 2nd inning. In the first inning, it was 3 straight Ks on the score sheet. So far in the second, a pair of 6-3 ground balls. Brody Hall, the first baseman, now steps in. Ground ball, third base side. It's a fair ball. Fair ball in the left field. Rounding first, heading towards second is Hall. He will be safe with a head first dive. Just fair past the bag at third. Gravine couldn't get there. Cam Blasky got over there quickly. And then picked up by Blasky, a good throw, but the tag just late, and Hall, first base hit, first base runner for DC Everest, is now in scoring position with 2 outs. And we'll get a courtesy runner as well for the Evergreens. As Carter Miller, the DH, comes to the plate. It's fouled straight back to the screen, just to my left for strike 1. Trying to catch the number of the courtesy runner for the Evergreens at second base. 0-1 the count on Miller. Drops down low for ball 1. Right-handed batter against the left-handed thrower. Long staring, ready as Ty Teske, sets at the belt, peeks at the runner, comes to the plate. Fastball misses the outside corner, and the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. 1-0 Wausau West, top half of the 2nd inning. Will Stengel trying to keep the runner close at the bag at second. Breaking ball, drops down low, and that's ball 3. Should Miller reach base, Maddox Wyro, the shortstop, is in the on-deck circle for DC Everest. Teskey again looks back at the runner, kicks and deals. There's a ground ball to the right-hand side into right field for a base hit. Runner will round third. Here comes the throw to the plate. There's going to be a play! It's safe at home. Two close plays, but both go to the Evergreen's way. So DC Everest with back-to-back hits. An RBI single the other way for Carter Miller ties up the game at 1. Coach John Albee is going to come out and have a word with the umpire. Umpire trying to explain where the runner got in before the tag. The coach trying to explain what he thought he saw as well. But in the end, it's going to be an RBI hit for the Evergreens, and we're back to even, 1-1. Next up will be shortstop Maddox Wyro. Well, things were looking quiet in this inning until the last two hitters. So Maddox Wyro, right-handed batter, number 8 on the back of his jersey. Another runner in scoring position, advancing to second on the throw, was Miller. And that pitch in there for strike one call. So again, I kind of missed that there on the throw to the plate. Good base running by Everest and Miller to get into scoring position at second base. So runner on second takes his lead. Again, Stengel trying to keep him close. Teskey fires. Swing and a miss on a good fastball. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. Stepping out for a moment. Now back in is Wyro. Teskey's ready. Ty kicks and fires. Fastball runs up and out of the zone for ball 1. Everest yesterday fell behind 3-0 to Merrill in the first inning. Then they scored 9 times in the bottom of the third en route to a 13-3 win in 5 innings. There's a pop-up, first base side, foul territory. Under it, making the call, making the grab is Keegan Cruzan, and the inning comes to an end. But Everest gets on the board, 1 run on 2 base hits. There were no Wausau West errors, and 1 runner left on base. End of an inning and a half here from Wausau West High School. It is Wausau West and DC Everest all tied up at 1 apiece. This is Wausau West Warrior High School baseball on Wausau Area Sports. Thanks to the Wausau West Baseball Diamond Club for their support of our broadcast of Warrior Baseball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Community support through the Diamond Club is crucial for our student athletes. All race funds directly benefit the program. The Diamond Club offers several advertising opportunities for local businesses and organizations to gain visibility while contributing to high school sports. For more information, go to WausauWestBaseball.com and click on Diamond Club. Thanks again to the Wausau West Diamond Club for helping bring Wausau West Warrior Baseball to you on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Thanks to the Wausau West Baseball Diamond Club. And Chad Holmes again here from Wausau West High School, where the Warriors are coming to the plate in the bottom half of the second inning. Tied up at DC Everest 1-1. For Wausau West, it'll be the bottom third of the order. Keegan Cruzan, Will Stengel, and Joe Gravine against Evergreen starting pitcher Cade Felch. Wind kicking up again.
Bottom of the second, the first baseman, number 17.
Feels like a night, will be a football night. These kind of temperatures sitting in the outdoor elements. Fastball inside corner at the knees for strike 1 called. Keegan Cruzan, slow start hitting, 3 of 23, 130 batting average, does have 4 runs batted in. Breaking ball drops down low for ball 1. Again, the Warriors as a team have been struggling for the most part early this season at the plate, but boy, they hit the ball well on Friday. Again, it was a chilly day in Wittenberg, and they were able to find the bats, and they really did hit the ball hard. Not only got hits, but hit the ball well in that game. Swing and a miss, a sweeping breaking ball from Felch. Waving at it is Cruzan, and the count goes to 1-2. Colvance like peeking towards the first base dugout, looks at his wristband, will now give the sign to his pitcher. Pitch is low and outside, blocked by the catcher, and the count will even up at 2-2. DC Everest has 2 suspended games they have to play yet. They had a suspended game against Stevens Point and Wausau West, so they've played fewer games than their other teams at the top of the conference. Getting the call on the outside corner is Felch, and not liking it is Keegan Cruzan, but that is strike 3 in the first out of the inning.
Brings up the second baseman, number 10, Will Stengel.
Will Stengel will come up next for Wausau West. Number 8 hitter, the second baseman for the Warriors. That was strikeout number 2 for Felch. And there's a flare off to the first base side, out of play for strike 1. It's a mixture of baseball and softball this week on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Baseball today and Thursday, and then softball Friday and Saturday. We'll let you know about those games a little bit later. There's a flare again down the first base side, foul, and the count goes to 0-2. DC Everest opened their season off with a 6-5 loss at Wanakee, and then they had that 7-6 loss against Marshfield in the second game. But since then, they beat Wisconsin Rapids 7-6, knocked off Wausau East 10-3, beat Stevens Point 6-3, beat River Falls Saturday 7-6, and then that game yesterday over Merrill by a score of 13-3. No balls and 2 strikes. Cade Felch to the plate. And there's a high fly ball center field. Coming in hard is Grzinski, and going back and making the grab is second baseman Ryan Schultz for DC Everest, and that is out number 2. And now, back in the lineup for the Warriors after being injured a week ago is Joe Gravine. Gravine walked off the field in the second game of that doubleheader in Wisconsin Rapids. Had a hip injury. He was pitching in that second game. Hard ground ball up the middle into center field for a base hit. So taking that first pitch is Joe Gravine. And the Warriors will try to do what DC Everest did in the last half inning. Get something going with 2 men out. Back to the top of the order for the Warriors and Cam Blasky. You can hear that wind blowing through our microphone. It's cold enough without the wind, but you always add that little bit of wind here at West. In fact, it's actually a little less windy than it would be on a normal day here at Wausau West. It feels like always this part of town, for whatever reason, the athletic complex gets a lot of wind here at Wausau West High School. Cade Felch fires. Breaking ball, low and outside for ball 1. Cam Blasky is 0 for 1 in this game. He struck out looking back in the first. Lead taken at first by Joe Gravine. Long hold and taken a little too long for the hitter is Cade Felch. So Blasky requests and is granted timeout. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error for the Evergreens. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for the Warriors as we play the bottom half of the second inning. Here's the pitch. And there's a foul ball. Right field side out of play for strike 1. Artificial turf on the infield, natural grass in the outfield here at Wausau West. Felch sets at the belt. Another long hold, now kicks and fires. Breaking ball, misses outside for ball 2. Good hitters count now for Cam Blasky. 2 balls and 1 strike. Again, holding is Felch. Runner leads. Now a pickoff, and back in easily is Joe Gravine. Coaches bundled up in the first and third base coaches box. Dan Gravine on the first base side and John Albee on the right. There's a liner into right field for a base hit. Rounding second, heading towards third is Gravine. Oh, little trouble in the outfield, and turning and staying is Gravine at third base. Ty Rohde picked it up in right field, but a little bit of trouble gaining control of that baseball. But now, again, like Everest, the Warriors doing something with 2 outs. Back-to-back singles. Runners on the corners for Miles Wallvogel. Nice job of hitting by Cam Blasky going the other way.
Now batting, center fielder, Miles Wallvogel.
So Miles Wallvogel, who singled his first time up and scored the Wausau West run, will step to the plate. Cade Felch fires. Breaking ball, drops down low for ball 1. Tall right-handed pitcher for DC Everest. Another one of those multi-sport athletes, and a very good multi-sport athlete at DC Everest. Has the target. Kicks, fires. Breaking ball, misses again. And now Miles Wallvogel finds himself in a good spot. Up in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Warriors looking to regain the lead. 1-1 score. Pickoff move, and back in easily is Cam Blasky at first base. Again, don't forget, Thursday we'll be at Simon Field, 5 o'clock, 4:45 airtime. Completion of the suspended game. Top of the 8th inning, 5-5 game. Warriors have the bases loaded and 2 outs when we get underway, so don't be late. There's a good fastball. Pops into the mid of Cole Van Slyke. Strike 1 called. 2 balls and 1 strike. 13 on the back of the jersey for Miles Wallvogel. Aqua blue bat waves as he waits. There goes the runner from first. There's a ground ball past the pitcher. Oh, and it took the second baseman right to the bag. The runner moving perhaps took away an RBI base hit for the Warriors, as right there was Ryan Scholes waiting for that ground ball after it got past Felch, and the inning comes to an end. Oh, I mean, if the runner's not going, that ball is in center field and the Warriors have the base knocked. But in the end, no runs, 2 base hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base for Wausau West in the bottom of the second inning. End of 2. It is DC Everest 1, Wausau West 1. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on Wausau Area Sports. Riley Law Firm of Wausau and attorney Matt Meyer is a supporter of high school sports coverage on Wausau Area Sports. Matt and the attorneys at Weld Riley have a wide range of practical knowledge and litigation experience, enabling their firm to offer an unparalleled breadth of services and depth of talent in Wisconsin. Matt can help you in finding a legal solution in civil litigation, family law, personal injury, and more. Contact Matt Meyer at Weld Riley Law Firm in Wausau. Thanks to Weld Riley and Matt Meyer for their support of high school sports coverage on Wausau Area Sports. The Well. Top half of the third inning. So far, it's been a good one. 1-1 game between the Warriors and the Evergreens, and DC Everest will be coming to the plate against Ty Teske. It'll be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters, Hayden Grzelski, followed by Ty Rohde and Cooper Ritchie. Quick reminder, if you have not done so, please check out our website, wausauareasports.com. We will have a complete write-up on this game later this evening, plus a report on the softball game between West and Everest and the other games involving Wausau East and Mosinee, Marathon, and Newman Catholic in high school sports. So again, wausauareasports.com. Go to the Wausau sports section, and you can read about all the action. We had a write-up on yesterday's Everest win over Merrill. Plus, there was softball action involving Wausau East in an extra inning game as well. So, again, that's all at wausauareasports.com, the sports section. Also, there's a play-by-play section where the schedule for our upcoming broadcast is listed as well. So, Hayden Krasinski, first pitch from Ty Rohde is inside for ball one. I should say from Ty Teske is inside for ball one. Ty Rohde in the on-deck circle for the Evergreens. There's a chopper third base side. Big hop right to Gravine. He'll fire across in time, and that is out number one for DCE in this third inning. 5-3 on the putout. So we'll have a tie-on-tie battle with Ty Rohde coming to the plate to face Ty Teske. Tie-on-tie and lefty-on-lefty. Ty Rohde struck out looking back in the first. Fastball just misses off the outside corner for ball one. Rohde got the almost glow-in-the-dark shoes there. As that pitch is on the outside corner for a call strike one. You can see it. I mean, the glow-in-the-dark greenish cleats. Pitch is down low for ball two. Cooper Ritchie, the number 2 hitter and left fielder, waiting on deck for the Evergreens. Big cut that time by Rohde, follows it back, evens up the count at 2-2. Game clipping along very nicely here early. Right on top of home plate. That back foot is right on the line for Rohde, and that pitch is off the outside corner. And the count runs full, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here comes the wind and the payoff pitch. Swing and a foul tip. Just getting a piece of it was Rohde to stay alive, and we'll do it again at 3-2. Again, 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 called, and for the second time, turning on his heels and walking back to the dugout after going down looking is Ty Rohde, and that is the second out of the inning. Well, right now, this is where the action has begun the last couple of at-bats. Everest, after 2 were out, got a couple of hits, a double and a single that got a run across, and then the Warriors with 2 outs had a stretch of back-to-back singles. Pitch is off the outside corner for ball one. One game, top of the third inning. Rohde. Again, I'm getting my ties screwed up here. That's Ty Teske again with the pitch. 2 balls and no strikes. I got to say, Ty Teske showing again the toughness. No undershirt. He is going with the short sleeves here on this 30-degree wind chill day. And there's a fly ball out of play on the right field side. And it's 2-1. Black jerseys, green numerals outlined in gold for DC Everest. White pants. 2-1. There's a line drive. Snagged at second base by Will Stengel for out number 3. Climbing the ladder was Stengel to take away a potential base hit on a well-hit ball by Cooper Ritchie. Evergreens go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. End of 2.5. It remains DC Everest 1, Wausau West 1. This is Warrior Baseball on Wausau Area Sports. Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage of Wausau West High School sports on Wausau Area Sports. Thanks for watching on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel, but we'd like to see you out and about supporting Wausau West student athletes in action. To see a listing of upcoming events at Wausau West High School, go to WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. That's WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. Thanks to the Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage on Wausau Area Sports.
Rocket Industrial's mission to package with less is a commitment to making a future that's better for the next generation. Their recommendations help manufacturers across the nation package with less material, less waste, less time, and with less cost. Their engineers and experts provide data-backed solutions that positively impact your bottom line. When you work with Rocket Industrial, you're working with a partner committed to making a difference. Rocket Industrial, package with less. Learn more at rocketindustrial.com.
Bottom of the third inning, Warriors coming to the plate in this 1-1 game for Wausau West. It'll be the middle of the order, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Ty Teske will lead things off, followed by Marshall Helke and then Rowan Robbins against DC Everest starting pitcher Cade Felch. Thanks to our sponsors of our coverage of high school sports here on Wausau Area Sports, including the Cloverbell Credit Union. Boy, again, I've been very appreciative of CCU for their support of this brand new project. Cloverbell Credit Union, since 1936, local lenders lending local money, keeping our community strong. Now open in Mosinee. Visit CCU's new branch in the Bayman Professional Building across from the Mosinee Airport. So the left-handed hitting Ty Teske will settle in. Cade Felch out of the stretch. First pitch is down low and inside for ball one. Ty Teske grounded out to shortstop Maddox Wyro back in the first inning, so he is 0 for 1. Here's Felch and the pitch. There's a ground ball towards second base, scooped up there by Ryan Schultz. He'll flip over to first in time for out number 1. 4-3 on the putout to begin the Wausau West bottom of the third inning. Up next will be the right fielder, Marshall Helke. Marshall reached on an error in the first. That scored a run for the Warriors. Pitch is down low, ball one. Also thanks to our sponsors, including Ryan and everybody at Rocket Industrial. Package for less with Rocket Industrial. Terrific supporter of our broadcast of high school sports here on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. And there's a fly ball, right field side. Going over is Ty Rohde near the line, and he'll make the grab for out number 2.
Brings up the catcher, number 6, Rowan Robbins.
So 2 up and 2 down for Wausau West in the third. And that will bring up catcher Rowan Robbins. Rowan Robbins walked his first time up. He had an interesting at-bat in the first. He, earlier in that at-bat, was hit by a pitch, but the umpire said nope, as he was halfway down to first base. Said he did not attempt to get out of the way of the pitch, so he came back and then earned the base on balls. Here's the pitch. Up and in again. Not really backing away from it. It was Rowan Robbins, but taken for ball 1. 1-1 game, bottom of the third. Both pitchers have been throwing the ball very well. There's a good cut by Rowan Robbins, but follows it back to the screen. The count is 1-1. There's a cut and a miss, and that's strike 2. So looking for a 1-2-3 inning is Cade Felch. The right-hander looks in. Here's the kick and the pitch. And there's a foul ball. And we'll do it again at 1-2. The right-hander kicks, deals. There's a looping liner into right center field for a base hit. Rounding first is Robbins. He'll be chased down deep in the right field gap. And into second base with a stand-up double is Rowan Robbins. Boy, off the bat, I thought it was just a single, but that was a gapper right between the center fielder, Hayden Grzelski, and the right fielder, Ty Rohde. Grzelski chased it down deep in right center field. And now with 2 outs, Wausau West has a scoring opportunity.
Courtesy runner, number 7, Alex Capitz. Now batting for the Warriors.
Alex Capitz again will come out and do the running for Rowan Robbins. Boy, again, 2-out opportunity as Carson Thurs will step in. The Wausau West shortstop flew out to right field his first time up. Here's the pitch. Fastball right on the inside corner for a called strike 1. Cade Felch on the hill for DCE. Runner takes his lead off of second base. But time is called. They're going to call a balk. A balk is losing the baseball was Cade Felch. And now the Warriors have the runner at third with 2 outs. Well, for Cade Felch and the Evergreens, fortunate for them that the runner was on second and not on third. But now, here's the pitch. Catches the outside corner. Taking that one is Carson Thurs for strike 2. Runner off third. Here's the kick and the pitch. Just getting a piece of it, falling it off his foot is Thurs, and we'll do it again at 0-2. Again, focusing on his catcher is Cade Felch. Here's the pitch. There's a chopper over the pitcher. Backhanded it behind the bag by Schultz. He'll fire across. In the dirt. Gets away. And another error will allow the Warriors to take the lead. Turning first, heading to second is Carson Thurs. As getting to it was Ryan Schultz. Backhanded, made the clean pick, and then turned. And the throw ended up just short of the first baseman Hall. Got away. And coming in to score was Capitz to make it 2-1. Keegan Cruzan will now step in for Wausau West. So a 2-out rally for the Warriors, and for the second time in this game, an unearned run has helped Wausau West. Pitch is down low for a ball. Well, Cade Felch has to feel a little shortchanged. He's throwing the ball well, but 2 runs, none earned so far. And now time is called. Keegan Cruzan is 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. Right-handed batter. Felch's pitch. Fastball tails off the inside corner for ball 2. Keegan Cruzan fills that right-handed box. Very dangerous power from the right-hand side for Wausau West. Carson Thurs off of second base. Felch takes a look back, now kicks and deals. There's a check swing roller, first base side foul. 2 balls and 1 strike. One run, 2 hits, 2 errors. 2 critical errors at this point for Everest. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Wausau West. Felch's pitch. Low and outside, and that's ball 3. Will Stengel would hit next for the Warriors should Keegan Cruzan reach base. Again, Cole Van Slyke will go through his signs. The catcher will set the target. Good hitters count now for Cruzan. 3 balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. Ground ball past the pitcher. Behind second, Schultz. He'll make the pick. He'll fire to first. On target. In time, 4-3 on the putout. And the inning comes to an end. But the Warriors regain the lead. They score 1 run on 1 base hit. There was an error and 1 runner left on base. End of 3. It is Wausau West 2, DC Everest 1. This is Wausau West High School Baseball on Wausau Area Sports. Wausau Area Sports is more than play-by-play broadcasts on our YouTube channel. Go to wausauareasports.com for the latest news and information involving our high school sports teams, including Wausau West, Newman Catholic, DC Everest, Wausau East, Marathon, Mosinee, and more. It's all at wausauareasports.com. Also, you can contact us there. If you have story ideas or questions, just go to wausauareasports.com and to the contact section. Also, follow us on Facebook and Instagram for the latest information on where we are and what we're covering. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well so you miss none of the action. Wausau Area Sports on YouTube, at wausauareasports.com, on Facebook and Instagram. The Wausau area's newest source for information and play-by-play of high school sports. Wausau Area Sports. Top of the 4th inning, Wausau West 2, DC Everest 1. Evergreens coming to the plate against Ty Teske, the middle of the DC Everest batting order. It will be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Cole Van Slyke, Ryan Schultz, and Aiden Haupt. Cole Van Slyke is 0 for 1. He struck out looking to end the 1st inning. Lefty batter settles in. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 1. Ty Teske rocks, kicks, fires. Drops down low. Evens it up at 1-1. Stepping out for a moment, maybe slowing down the tempo of Teske is Cole Van Slyke. Now he's ready. Here's the pitch, and there's a ground ball to the right-hand side, scooped up at second base. Another little flip over, 4-3 on the putout for the first out of the inning. Will Stengel to Keegan Cruzan, and that is the first out for DCE here in the top of the 4th inning.
Batting the second baseman, number 27, Ryan Schultz.
And Ryan Schultz will now step in for Everest. Right-handed batter. Line drive, pulled foul down the third base side. Strike 1. Ryan Schultz grounded a shortstop, and Carson Thurs to start the 2nd inning. He is 0 for 1. Here's the rock, the kick, and the pitch. Off the outside corner for ball 1. Out of the windup. Here's the pitch. Fastball catches the bottom of the zone on the outer portion of the plate. And the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Wausau East today playing in Stevens Point. 3rd inning. Spash 2. Wausau East nothing. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So 2 up and 2 down for the Evergreens in the 4th. 5th strikeout of the game for Ty Teske. And Aiden Haupt, the 3rd baseman, due up next. But Spash scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 1st inning, and they've had that hold up as they're heading to the bottom of the 3rd. Again, Stevens Point 2, Wausau East nothing. Fastball a little bit low for ball 1. 1-0. Check swing, holding up. They'll peel. Base umpire says nope, did not go around. And that's ball 2. 2-0 is right down the chute for a called strike 1. Also in the Wisconsin Valley Conference today, Marshfield is at Wisconsin Rapids. That game is in the top of the 4th inning. And it is a 1-1 game, so Marshfield and Rapids all even. Inside corner, Athens for a called strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. There's a roller towards third base. Joe Gravine will pick. He'll fire across in time, and that's a quick 1-2-3 inning for DC Everest in the top of the 4th inning. No runs on no base hits. There were no errors and nobody left on base. We are halfway through. We are midway through the 4th inning. Wausau West 2, DC Everest 1. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
Too early to start thinking boats. Once the season starts, you want to be ready. So, what's your boat? A boat for fishing? Boat for skiing? A pontoon boat for partying? Or are you thinking personal watercraft? Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union, the leader in financing fun. Great rates, great service, great fun. Local lenders lending local money. Quick and easy loan approval. It's the way financing should be. Stop in and visit with a CCU lender even before you hit the marina. CCU can set you up with a great rate financing approval, so when you find your boat, you're ready to float. The season's just too short not to enjoy every moment you can on the water. Check it out and stop in. Call or apply online at ccuwausau.com. Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union. We finance fun.
Bottom half of the 4th inning as the Warriors come to the plate, leading over DC Everest by a score of 2-1. For Wausau West, it'll be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters, Will Stengel, Joe Gravine, and then the top of the order, Cam Blasky.
Warriors off in the bottom of the 4th. Marshall Helke.
Here's the first pitch. There's a fly ball center field, but Grzelski goes back over his head. Rounding first, heading to second is Stengel. Grzelski will chase it down. I think that the center fielder, Hayden Grzelski, took a step in, and that ball was hit better than he thought it was. Getting that one on the screws with Stengel. And the Warriors, 1 pitch into the bottom of the 4th, have a runner in scoring position. So ringing double for Will Stengel. Now Joe Gravine, who is 1 for 1, will step in. 5th base hit of the game for the Warriors. So Cade Felch, who is throwing the ball very well for the Evergreens. Now we'll look back at the runner at second. Kicks and deals. Breaking ball misses low and outside for ball 1. A quick note that tonight at 7 o'clock, Wausau West and DC Everest are facing off in high school softball. It is a community service night, and we'll talk a little bit about that because if you have an opportunity, I know it's cold, but still it's for a great cause, and it's going to be a great softball game as well. There's a fly ball, well hit center field. Grzelski going back into the gap. Long run, and that ball is all the way to the fence. Rounding second is Gravine. Coming in to score is Stengel. A ringing double by Joe Gravine to deep right center field. And the Warriors take a 3-1 lead. Well, Gravine, after being injured in that game last Tuesday, has come back with a big start here in this one against Everest, a single and a double. So back-to-back doubles for the Warriors here in the bottom of the 4th. And now top of the order, and Cam Blasky for Wausau West. Blasky is 1 for 2. He singled in the second after striking out looking in the first. Cade Felch kicks and fires. Good fastball pops into the mid of Cole Van Slyke for strike 1 called. Well, the Warriors, they showed signs of life with the bats on Friday, and they're showing a few more here. 6 hits now for West. 2 hits for the Evergreens. 3-1 is the score. Gravine off of second. Felch 2 looks back. There's a square around. Low and outside, and going after it was Cam Blasky, so that's a strike. That was actually the perfect pitch in the situation from Cade Felch because it broke away, and all of a sudden, not able to pull the bat back was Blasky, and it's now 1-2. Again, Cade Felch has the target. The big right-hander to the plate. There's a chopper third base side, and it is off the mid of the third baseman, hopped into left field, but not able to advance on the play. At second base was Gravine, so it is a base hit for Cam Blasky, but the runner still at second. So 3 straight hits to start off the inning for the Warriors. First and second, nobody out for Miles Waldvogel. That ball was hit in the perfect spot if you're Wausau West and Cam Blasky. That was right between Haupt and Wyro. Haupt got a glove on it, but could not get quite far enough to grab it. So now an opportunity for Miles Waldvogel, who is 1 for 2. There's a square, and that ball will get the outside corner at the knees for strike 1 called. Waldvogel singled and scored in the first, hit into a fielder's choice in the second. Off of second base is Gravine. Off of first, Cam Blasky. Cade Felch sets, kicks, fires. There's a square around. Bunt third base side. It'll go foul. So 0-2 on Miles Waldvogel. Well, sometimes we see that situation where the batter cannot lay down the bunt, have to swing away with 2 strikes, and then all of a sudden get a base hit. And that's what Wausau West and Miles Waldvogel would like to see here. Again, Van Slyke goes through his sign, setting the target. Cade Felch to the plate. And there's a pop-up, first base side. Will there be room? No, there will not be room. Brody Hall tried to get over there for the Evergreens. Count remains 0-2. Thursday, don't forget, these teams back together over on the other side of town, over at Simon Field at DC Everest. It will be 1+ games. We have the completion of a suspended game and then the regularly scheduled game. 4:45 airtime right here on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Again, the 0-2 pitch. Down low and outside, holding up on the cut is Waldvogel, and that's ball 1. But it will be a very interesting start at 5 o'clock on Thursday because it's in the top of the 8th inning. The Warriors have the bases loaded and 2 outs when that suspended game gets underway. So right off the top, it will be a very, very important situation in that game. Again, the runners off second and first. Cade Felch fires. Swing and a miss, and that is a big strikeout for Felch in the first out of the inning. Looked like that pitch, a good location right on the inside corner, may have tied up the arms of Miles Waldvogel. Did not be able to extend. So first and second and 1 out for Ty Teske. Teske is grounded to short and grounded to second in this game. He is 0 for 2. Again, Cade Felch fires. Misses up high on a fastball for ball 1. Friday, we will have Wausau West softball. The Warriors will take on River Falls. 4:15 airtime here on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Then on Saturday, Newman Catholic softball against Rib Lake. Early start at 9:45 a.m. So those are the broadcasts the rest of the week here on Wausau Area Sports. 1-0 pitch. And there's a swing and a pop-up. Third base side going over, taking a look, but out of play. Aiden Hopt went over for the Evergreens. Warriors looking for a second straight win. Everest looking to extend their win streak to 6 in a row. 5-2 Evergreens. 3-1 in the Valley. Teskey's ready. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. There's a little roller foul first base side. Breaking ball from Cade Felch. Slightly open stance from Ty Teskey. Again, the runners take their leads. Long look in from Cade Felch, and time is called. Mentioned the Evergreens 5-2, 3-1 in the conference. The Warriors 3-9 overall. Wausau West 1-5 in the WVC. Again, Cade Felch, 2 looks back at the runner at second. Kicks and deals. And there's a fly ball, again, left field side out of play. 1-2. In the conference, Marshfield 6-1 in conference play. Stevens Point 4-1. DC Everest 3-1. Rapids 3-4. Wausau West 1-5, and Wausau East is 1-6. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, and the pitch. Line drive right to the shortstop, and that's going to be a double play. Hitting it well was Teskey, but right to Maddox Wyro, and that turns into the easiest double play the Evergreens may have all season long. But the Warriors do get a run in the inning. 1 run on 3 base hits, no Evergreen errors, and 1 runner left on base. End of 4. It is Wausau West 3, DC Everest 1. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on Wausau Area Sports. Weld Riley Law Firm of Wausau and attorney Matt Meyer is a supporter of high school sports coverage on Wausau Area Sports. Matt and the attorneys at Weld Riley have a wide range of practical knowledge and litigation experience, enabling their firm to offer an unparalleled breadth of services and depth of talent in Wisconsin. Matt can help you in finding a legal solution in civil litigation, family law, personal injury, and more. Contact Matt Meyer at Weld Riley Law Firm in Wausau. Thanks to Weld Riley and Matt Meyer for their support of high school sports coverage on Wausau Area Sports.
There you are. They are?
Alcoholics Anonymous. We're here to help. For more information, visit aa.org and download the Meeting Guide app.
Check it out.
Top of the 5th inning. Ty Teskey still out there. He's gone the distance for the Warriors as Wausau West leads this one by a score of 3-1. For the Evergreens in the top of the 5th, it will be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, Brody Hall, Carter Miller, and Maddox Wyro. Brody Miller, he laced a double his first time up and scored the lone DC Everest run. First pitch from Ty Teskey in there for strike 1 called. Teskey working at a nice tempo here in this game. That one will miss down low for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Teskey's pitch is in there for strike 2 called. 1-2 on Brody Hall. First baseman for DCE, number 6 in the Evergreen batting order. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Another K for Ty Teske, his 6th of the game. 1 up and 1 down for the Evergreens. Up next, Carter Miller. He had an RBI single his first time up. 1 for 1. Pitch is down low. Bounces off of home plate for ball 1. Again, Rowan Robbins behind the dish will put down the fingers and set the target. Here's Teske's kick and pitch. There's a little roller, third base side picked up by Teske, turns, fires, and goes over the head of Keegan Cruzan down the right field side, now heading towards second base and taking a peek, but stopping right there is Carter Miller. Bit of a swinging bunt on the third base side. Getting off the mound was Teske, got to it, turned, and then fired it a little too tall for Cruzan. So the first error of the game for the Warriors will put a runner in scoring position at second base with 1 out for the Evergreens and their shortstop, Maddox Wyro. So an opportunity now for Everest to try to get a run back. 3-1 Warriors. Teske kicks and fires. Right on the outside corner for strike 1 called. Teske has allowed just 2 hits to the Evergreen so far. They were back-to-back by Hall and Miller back in the second inning. Runner leads off second. Teske sets at the belt, peeks back at the runner, kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Still got a lot on that fastball. Coming up a tad tardy was Wyro, and it's now 0-2. Right-handed batter waits. Teske's ready. Kicks, fires. Just a shade low. That is a good 2-strike pitch. That was very close to a strike, but just a little bit low. And a pitch that's hard to lay off of, but a good eye at the plate for Maddox Wyro. 1-2. Off the outside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ty Teske got off to a very slow start his first couple of starts, but he's been getting better and better every start. He had a good start against East for the most part, and then he pitched well against Rapids last Tuesday, going 6 innings and allowing just 3 runs. There's a ground ball first base side. It is a foul ball. We'll do it again at 2-2. Hayden Grzinski, the center fielder and number 9 hitter in the on-deck circle for DC Everest. Well, Everest trying to keep pace at the top of the conference standings. The Warriors trying to get something going in the conference. And again, lots of time. 15 games in the conference this season. 2-2. Runner on the move, and that was the perfect pitch to run on if you're DC Everest. It was in the dirt, so no throw, and a stolen base for Miller. Boy, you could not have drawn it up any better if you're DC Everest. Pitch in the dirt, runner is on the move. Count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes on Wyro. And the payoff. There's a little looper right field side. Will drop in for a base hit. Just getting the head of the bat on that one was Wyro. Good job of hitting for the DC Everest shortstop. Coming in to score is Miller, and it's now a 1-run game. 3-2 Warriors. Protecting the plate that time was Maddox Wyro. Just threw the bat out there and was able to get enough of it to just loop it over to the infield on the right-hand side for that RBI single. So now it will be Hayden Grzinski, the center fielder. Fastball paints the outside corner from Ty Teske for strike 1 called. Only the 3rd base hit of the game for DC Everest. Grzinski grounded to third base his first time up. Runner leads off first. Cruzan holds the runner for the Warriors. Here's the pitch. And there's a fly ball. Left center field, pretty well hit, but room for Miles Wallvogel. He is under it. He'll make the grab, and that is out number 2.
Brings up the regular Ty Rhodey.
That will leave it up to Ty Rhodey, the top of the order and right fielder. I would not be surprised here to see Everest maybe think about moving the runner. Try to get him into scoring position with 2 outs. And if not, you have your leadoff hitter leading off in the 6th inning. So I think the Warriors and Teskew has a good move with that left-handed throw. We'll keep an eye on the runner. There's the pickoff, and there's it. Again, you know Teskey's thinking the same thing, that here with 2 outs that perhaps the Evergreens will think about trying to get that runner on the move and get into scoring position. Teskey sets. Here's the pitch. And there's a swing and a foul ball to the left-hand side. Well, Ty Rhodey is 0 for 2 today. He struck out looking in the first, and he struck out looking in the third. Not an easy matchup for Rhodey against the good left-handed thrower in Teskey. Here's the 0-1. Another good fastball in the outside corner. Boy, Teskey has been putting the ball in great spots in his ABs against Ty Rhodey here today. So now, good situation for Teskey. No balls and 2 strikes. And now stepping off is Teskey. Again, I don't know that how Teskey, who has that bare arm, you can see, the forward arm, it does look like his throwing arm does have a little bit of additional protection against the elements here today. There goes the runner, and it'll be fouled off. Little frustration shown by Rhodey. That was a pitch I think he liked. That ball had the inner part of the plate. He had a good cut, fouled it straight back. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 1 run in, runner on first for Everest. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 3. 7th strikeout of the game for Ty Teskey. And then the throw went to first base was occupied, and now that does end the inning. But Everest does get 1 back. 1 run for the Evergreens in the 5th. On 1 base hit, there was an error and a runner left on base. End of 4.5. It is Wausau West 3, DC Everest 2. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on Wausau Area Sports. Thanks to the Wausau West Baseball Diamond Club for their support of our broadcast of Warrior Baseball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Community support through the Diamond Club is crucial for our student athletes. All race funds directly benefit the program. The Diamond Club offers several advertising opportunities for local businesses and organizations to gain visibility while contributing to high school sports. For more information, go to WausauWestBaseball.com and click on Diamond Club. Thanks again to the Wausau West Diamond Club for helping bring Wausau West Warrior Baseball to you on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel.
Rocket Industrial's mission to package with less is a commitment to making a future that's better for the next generation. Their recommendations help manufacturers across the nation package with less material, less waste, less time, and with less cost. Their engineers and experts provide data-backed solutions that positively impact your bottom line. When you work with Rocket Industrial, you're working with a partner committed to making a difference. Rocket Industrial, package with less. Learn more at rocketindustrial.com.
Warriors coming to the plate in the bottom half of inning number 5, holding a slim 1-run lead. It is 3-2, Wausau West over DC Everest. Also in the Wisconsin Valley Conference in high school baseball today, Stevens Point now leading over Wausau East by a score of 8-0 down in Stevens Point. That game is in the bottom of the 4th inning. And also Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids are meeting today in a conference game in Wisconsin Rapids. And it is 1-1 at the end of 5 innings of play in that one. So a tight one in Rapids. Marshfield 1, Wisconsin Rapids 1. Other games going on in the area. You got softball, a big one, undefeated in the Merowith South, Marathon in Auburndale. That game is tied up at 3 apiece. Both teams undefeated in conference, top of the 6th inning. The Newman Catholic High School softball team fell to Stratford today by a score of 11-0. In high school softball in the Wisconsin Valley Conference, Stevens Point beat Wausau East by a score of 18-0.
Pitching for the Evergreens, number 3, Caden Allen.
New pitcher for Everest. So Cade Felch goes a solid 4. And for DCE, Caden Allen, left-hander. Marshall Helke will lead things off, and the first pitch from Caden Allen is in there for strike 1 called. Three runs allowed in 4 innings by Felch, but only 1 of which was earned. Allen sets. He's working out of the stretch, even with nobody on base. Swing and a miss. Going after one outside the zone that time was Marshall Helke, and it's 0-2. Marshall reached on an error in the first and flew out the right field in the third. Again, Caden Allen. He's ready. Here's the pitch. And there's a ground ball, foul down the first base side. The wind has actually calmed a bit in the last 10 minutes or so. It's still blowing a little bit, pushing towards the right field fence. So Helke waits. No balls and 2 strikes. Caden Allen sets, kicks, fires. And there's a roller third base side. It bounces off the mitt of the third baseman Haupt. And that will be another error on DCE. Second time that Marshall Helke has reached on an error today. And the Warriors have their leadoff man on base.
Now batting Rowan Robbins.
Rowan Robbins will come up next for Wausau West. Rowan Robbins had a double and scored a run his last time up back in the third. He's also walked, so 1 for 1 officially. Here's Allen. There's a square around. It's a good bunt back to the pitcher, Allen. He has just 1 play. He'll flip to first in time, and the sacrifice is successful for Wausau West. So a runner in scoring position with 1 out for the Warriors, and Carson Thurs coming to the plate. Carson Thurs has flown out and reached on an error. It's been a really good game here today. Again, the elements are not the best. It's very chilly, but these guys are out there, and it's a tight one here in the Valley. Here's the pitch. Misses low and outside for ball 1. 2 runs on 3 base hits, 3 errors for DC Everest, 3 runs on 7 base hits, and 1 error for the Wausau West Warriors. Caden Allen looks in towards Cole Vance Lake for the sign and the target. Peeks at the runner at second. Takes a second look and now kicks and fires. Catches the inside corner. Called strike 1. Hardy folks out here bundled up on this very chilly Tuesday afternoon. Had a wind chill of 30 at the start of the game. 1 ball, 1 strike. Allen's pitch. And there's a fly ball, right field side. Long run for Ty Rohde. Goes up and brought it in. He brought it in. And it's going to be taking at second and going to third is Helke. What a play. That was a terrific play in deep right field by Ty Rohde to take away a hit, take away an RBI, and keep it a 1-run game. He was so far away, I had a hard time judging whether or not he made the play or not. But boy, that is a terrific play by Ty Rohde. So now Keegan Cruzan with a runner on third and 2 outs will step in for the Warriors. Here's the pitch. And there's another well-hit ball deep right field. Back is Rohde. Way back! Off the fence! It hit halfway up. There's an RBI. Rounding first into second base with an RBI stand-up double is Keegan Cruzan. And the Warriors back up by 2 at 4-2. Boy, getting a big juice into that ball was Keegan Cruzan. It almost got out of here. That was about halfway up on the fence in deep right field. A big 2-out RBI hit for the Warriors. And now Will Stengel, who doubled and scored a run in the fourth, will step in. Nothing that Rohde could do about that one. That ball was hit on a pretty good line. And again, showing the strength was Keegan Cruzan. He went the other way and nearly drove it out of here. So 4-2 now the lead for Wausau West. Warriors looking for more. Is leading off second base is Cruzan. Caden Allen kicks and fires. Low and outside, backhanded and knocked down by Cole Van Slyke. Ball 1. Again, don't forget, we'll be with you at 4:45 for the pregame, 5 o'clock for the first pitch on Thursday over at DC Everest. Start of the suspended game at 5 o'clock and then the regularly scheduled game as well. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball towards Y rope. He'll charge, he'll pick, he'll flip across, and in time. So that will do it for the Warriors in the bottom of the 5th inning. 6-3 on the putout. But Wausau West, they get another run, back to a 2-run lead. 1 run on 1 base hit. There was an error. And 1 runner left on base. We have played 5 here at Wausau West. Warriors 4, Evergreens 2. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
Industrial's mission to package with less is a commitment to making a future that's better for the next generation. Their recommendations help manufacturers across the nation package with less material, less waste, less time, and with less cost. Their engineers and experts provide data-backed solutions that positively impact your bottom line. When you work with Rocket Industrial, you're working with a partner committed to making a difference. Rocket Industrial, package with less. Learn more at rocketindustrial.com.
Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage of Wausau West High School sports on Wausau Area Sports. Thanks for watching on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel, but we'd like to see you out and about supporting Wausau West student athletes in action. To see a listing of upcoming events at Wausau West High School, go to WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. That's WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. Thanks to the Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage on Wausau Area Sports. Top of the 6th inning. DC Everest coming to the plate, trailing Wausau West by a score of 4-2. Hardest out still to come. This is a DC Everest team that has scored at least 5 runs in every game this season, but so far, Ty Teske is holding this hard-hitting Evergreen squad to just 2 runs on 3 base hits. Cooper Ritchie leading things off for the Evergreens. Swing and a foul tip at the plate for strike 1. Cooper Ritchie is struck out and lined out to the second baseman. Hit the ball well the last time up, but Stengel went up and snagged it for the out. So 0 for 2. Ty Teskey, again, has been outstanding here for the Warriors. He has struck out 7 in this game. There's a chopper over the pitcher. Charging is Carson Thurs. He'll pick. He'll fire across in time for out number 1. Six to 3 on the putout, and they'll bring up the Evergreens number 3 hitter, Cole Van Slyke. As impressive as the 7 strikeouts have been for Ty Teskey today, the most important, I think, is that pitch is just off the outside corner for ball 1. The thing that really jumps out is the 0 walks. Early in the season, he was having a little bit of control issues, I think, especially in the first game. I think a couple of these games, he's been squeezed a little bit. But here today, he is pounding that strike zone. But I hope I didn't jinx him as the count goes quickly to 2-0. Cole Van Slyke is 0 for 2. He struck out and grounded out. Here's the rock, the kick, and the pitch. Catches the outside corner at the knees. Boy, that's a good 2-0 pitch because against a good hitter, you don't want to just pour one in there. That location was on the outside corner at the knees. That was a hard pitch for Cole Van Slyke to hit, even at 2-0. But there's a ground ball third base side taken by Gravine. He'll fire across on target. 5 to 3 on the putout for out number 2. Also, again, the thing that having no walks means you're not throwing a lot of extra pitches. And I would think at this point that Ty Teskey still has a few pitches in that tank before we get even close to 100. Swing and a miss from Ryan Schultz for strike 1. He is 0 for 2. He's grounded out and struck out. And there's a high pop-up first base side. Keegan Cruzan, he'll be called off, and coming over is Will Stengel to make the call and make the grab. So a very quick 1-2-3 inning for Everest in the top half of the 6th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. After 5.5, Wausau West 4, DC Everest 2. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
Too early to start thinking boats. Once the season starts, you want to be ready. So, what's your boat? A boat for fishing? Boat for skiing? A pontoon boat for partying? Or are you thinking personal watercraft? Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union, the leader in financing fun. Great rates, great service, great fun. Local lenders lending local money. Quick and easy loan approval. It's the way financing should be. Stop in and visit with a CCU lender even before you hit the marina. CCU can set you up with a great rate financing approval, so when you find your boat, you're ready to float. The season's just too short not to enjoy every moment you can on the water. Check it out and stop in. Call or apply online at ccuwausau.com. Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union. We finance fun.
Bottom half of the 6th inning, Wausau West would love to get a little bit of extra here as the Warriors have a 2-run lead over DC Everest 4-2. For the Warriors, it'll be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters. Starting things off will be Joe Gravine, followed by Cam Blasky and Miles Wolvogel. Gravine is 2 for 2. He is singled and also doubled. Quick note again that 7 o'clock tonight, it is community service night when Wausau West is playing at DC Everest. Evergreens hosting the Warriors in high school softball tonight. The cause is raising awareness for organ donation, and proceeds from the event will support the Brett Schultz Memorial Scholarship. As the pitch is grounded towards shortstop. Charging is Wyro. He'll pick, he'll fire across in time. 1 pitch, 1 out for the Warriors in the bottom of the 6th. But again, tonight, if you're able to get over there, in fact, when I'm done here, I'm going to head over there and watch the game. Wausau West and DC Everest, again, great event. Again, community service night. There will be raffles going on and a whole lot of fun. But bundle up, but still get out there and support a terrific cause. Again, it's a night game over at DC Everest, under the lights over at the DC Everest softball diamond, Warriors and the Evergreens. And the first pitch to the top of the order, and Cam Blasky is in there for strike one called. Caden Allen, lefty, on the hill for DC Everest. Sets at the belt, kicks, fires. Off the end of the bat, fouled off. Cam Blasky has had himself a good afternoon. He is 2 out of 3, has a pair of singles. Warriors have 8 hits as a team. Evergreens have 3 base knocks. Caden Allen fires. Swing and a miss. Going out off the outside corner was Cam Blasky, and he goes down swinging for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down as Miles Waldvogel will come up next. Waldvogel singled and scored back in the first. He is 1 for 3. Boy, this would be a nice one to get. In a 3-game week, and basically, it's a 3-game week. Somebody's going to win or somebody's going to lose in that suspended game. Good to get the first one if you're West, but there's still work to do. Pitch misses outside for ball 1. Again, very big week for both these teams to have 3 games. 3 conference games. We have not seen that before. As I mentioned, the Wisconsin Valley Conference this year, everybody face off with each other 3 times in conference after Merrill left the league after last season. Fastball from Allen on the outside corner for a called strike 1. So I really like the idea of playing 3 conference games against everybody else. Otherwise, there's just not enough conference games. You're playing mostly non-conference games. And I think the conference games have that little bit of extra energy. 1 ball, 1 strike. And there's a fly ball towards right center field. That's going to be in there for a base hit. So Miles Waldvogel with his second base hit of the game. And as we've seen throughout this game for both teams, it seems as though often we have out 1, out 2, and then some hits. And now Ty Teskey. Boy, Teskey, he certainly had himself a great game on the mound. He has pitched outstanding baseball. Now he's going to try to help himself out against the left-handed throwing Caden Allen. Runner leads off first, Waldvogel. Here's the pitch. Low and outside, blocked nicely by Cole Van Slyke, but ball 1. Teskey hit the ball hard his last time up, but it was a line drive right to the shortstop, Maddox Wyro, who turned it into an inning-ending double play. Teskey is also grounded out twice. He is 0 for 3. There's a chopper to the right-hand side. Ryan Schultz on the second hop will flip the first in time, and that will do it for the Warriors in the bottom of the 6th inning. No runs on 1 base hit. There were no errors and 1 runner left on base. Heading to the top of the 7th, final chance for the Evergreens as they trail the Warriors by a score of 4-2. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
Weld Riley Law Firm of Wausau and attorney Matt Meyer is a supporter of high school sports coverage on Wausau Area Sports. Matt and the attorneys at Weld Riley have a wide range of practical knowledge and litigation experience, enabling their firm to offer an unparalleled breadth of services and depth of talent in Wisconsin. Matt can help you in finding a legal solution in civil litigation, family law, personal injury, and more. Contact Matt Meyer at Weld Riley Law Firm in Wausau. Thanks to Weld Riley and Matt Meyer for their support of high school sports coverage on Wausau Area Sports. Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage of Wausau West High School Sports on Wausau Area Sports. Thanks for watching on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel, but we'd like to see you out and about supporting Wausau West student athletes in action. To see a listing of upcoming events at Wausau West High School, go to WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. That's WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. Thanks to the Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage on Wausau Area Sports. Thanks to
Top half of the 7th inning. 4-2 Wausau West with the lead. Evergreens will have their 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up against Ty Teskey. Aiden Haupt, Brody Hall, and Carter Miller due up here for DCE. First pitch, misses for ball 1. Aiden Haupt is 0 for 2 so far in this game. There's a called strike 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. So again, Teskey, 7 strikeouts, no walks, has allowed just 3 hits. That's in there for strike 2, called. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Working quickly is Teskey. Here's the pitch. Off the outside corner, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the rock, the kick, and the pitch. There's a high fly ball on the infield. Shortstop, Carson Thurs will make the call, make the grab, and that's out number 1. Boy, again, Teskey has been in total control in this game. But still 2 more outs. Need to find a way. Again, I said it, Everest has hit the ball very well throughout the course of this season. They've scored at least 5 runs, and that was in the first game. They scored 6, at least in the rest of their games. And there's a fastball in the outside corner. Strike 1. So again, even with 6 1/3 done, Everest still very dangerous. Here's the rock, the kick, and the pitch. Misses off the outside corner. Ball 1. Would be a significant win for the Warriors. It's been a very tough start to the season. But that win against Whitburn and then to back it up here today would be, I think, a big jolt for this team. There's a fastball right in there at the knees for strike 2 called. Starting to see, I think, a little bit of momentum starting to build for Wausau West. Of course, that can change so quickly. I mean, last Thursday was no momentum at all, but they bounced back so very well on Friday. And there's a fly ball, short right field. Helke going in, going out, and making the call is Will Stengel, the second baseman, right in front of Marshall Helke for out number 2. So 2 outs, nobody on base now for the Evergreens, and that will leave it up to Carter Miller. Carter Miller had an RBI single in the 2nd, reached on an error, scored a run in the 5th. Teskey trying to finish off what would be a masterpiece here today. Ground ball, shortstop, picked up there by Thurs. He'll flip across in time, and that will do it as Thurs makes the final play, and the Warriors beat the Evergreens today by a score of 4-2. Ty Teskey, complete game, 3-hitter, 7 strikeouts, and no walks. We'll come back, have our post-game show coming up next. 4-2, Wausau West over DC Everest. This is Wausau West Warrior High School softball. I should say Wausau West Warrior High School baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
Rocket Industrial's mission to package with less is a commitment to making a future that's better for the next generation. Their recommendations help manufacturers across the nation package with less material, less waste, less time, and with less cost. Their engineers and experts provide data-backed solutions that positively impact your bottom line. When you work with Rocket Industrial, you're working with a partner committed to making a difference. Rocket Industrial, package with less. Learn more at rocketindustrial.com.
Thanks to the Wausau West Baseball Diamond Club for their support of our broadcast of Warrior Baseball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Community support through the Diamond Club is crucial for our student athletes. All race funds directly benefit the program. The Diamond Club offers several advertising opportunities for local businesses and organizations to gain visibility while contributing to high school sports. For more information, go to wausauwestbaseball.com and click on Diamond Club. Thanks again to the Wausau West Diamond Club for helping bring Wausau West Warrior Baseball to you on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Thanks to the
Too early to start thinking boats. Once the season starts, you want to be ready. So, what's your boat? A boat for fishing? Boat for skiing? A pontoon boat for partying? Or are you thinking personal watercraft? Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union, the leader in financing fun. Great rates, great service, great fun. Local lenders lending local money. Quick and easy loan approval. It's the way financing should be. Stop in and visit with a CCU lender even before you hit the marina. CCU can set you up with a great rate financing approval, so when you find your boat, you're ready to float. The season's just too short not to enjoy every moment you can on the water. Check it out and stop in. Call or apply online at ccuwausau.com. Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union. We finance fun.
Chad Holmes again here from Wausau West High School, where today the Wausau West High School baseball team knocks off the DC Everest Evergreens by a score of 4-2. Again, very, very impressive performance all around for Wausau West, both in terms of the pitching to begin with Ty Teskey, some timely hitting as well. And again, the Warriors actually won this one because they were cleaner in the field, because DC Everest, a couple of errors caused a couple of unearned runs. And in the end, that did turn out to be a big factor in this game. But let's take a look back at this one. Again, both starting pitchers were very good. We had starting for the Evergreens, Cade Felch, and then for the Warriors, Ty Teskey. But the Warriors got on the board first in the first inning with one out. Miles Walvogel singled. The inning was kept alive with 2 outs. There was an error. And Marshall Helke hit a ground ball to short. There was an error that allowed Walvogel to score an unearned run to make it 1-0 Wausau West. Everest then got back even with 2 outs in the top of the second inning. Brody Hall doubled, and that was followed by a Carter Miller RBI single to even it up at 1-1. Warriors then took the lead back in the bottom of the third inning with 2 outs. Rowan Robbins doubled, and then another error on the Evergreens allowed Robbins to score, and it was 2-1 Wausau West. So again, the first 2 runs of this game for the Warriors came on errors with 2 outs and unearned runs. Then the Warriors made it 3-1 in the fourth inning. Will Stengel led off with a double. That was followed by a double by Joe Gravine, and that made it 3-1. Then DC Everest got back to within 1 in the top of the fifth inning with 1 out. Carter Miller reached on an error, then advanced to second on the play, and then Maddox Wyro would hit a blooper to right field that drove in Miller to make it 3-2. But then the Warriors would finish off the scoring in the bottom of the fifth inning. Marshall Helke reached on an error. There was a sacrifice bunt, and then an RBI double by Keegan Cruzan off the fence in deep right field scored Helke to make it 4-2. So in fact, 3 of the 4 Wausau West runs were unearned. And again, that is something that I'm sure Coach Dave Langben and the Evergreens will not be pleased with, as DC Everest sees their 5-game win streak come to an end. The Evergreens are now 5-3 overall, and they are 3-2 in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. The Warriors win their second straight game. They are now 2-5 in the conference, 4-9 overall. So 4-2, the Warriors knock off the Evergreens, but these teams will do it again in 2 days' time. We'll do it again. We'll pack up. We'll be ready to go from Simon Field at DC Everest on Thursday. And again, it's a 5 o'clock start. There was some talk because earlier in the week it was a 4 o'clock start, but AP testing is going on this week. So they've pushed the start of the suspended game to 5 o'clock. We'll be on the air from Simon Field starting at 4:45 on Thursday afternoon. So again, 5 o'clock for the suspended game, and then the regularly scheduled game right after that. Thanks to all of our sponsors, without whose help we could not bring you Wausau West and high school baseball here on Wausau Area Sports, and thanks to you for joining us. Again, I am Chad Holmes from Wausau West High School, where today the Wausau West baseball team knocks off the DC Everest Evergreens by a score of 4-2. Hopefully you'll be back with us on Thursday at 4:45, and thanks for watching Wausau Area Sports.
This has been Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on Wausau Area Sports. Warrior Baseball has been brought to you by the Cloverbelt Credit Union. Since 1936, local lenders lending local money, keeping our community strong. Also brought to you by Rocket Industrial, the Wausau West Warrior Diamond Club, the Wausau West Athletic Department, the Weld Riley Law Firm, and attorney Matt Meyer. And don't forget, for the latest high school sports news, upcoming broadcast schedule, and more, go to WausauAreaSports.com. This has been Warrior Baseball on your home for Wausau West Sports, Wausau Area Sports.